What's up, guys? Dawn, the Self-Esteem Queen, and I wanted to come to you guys today because there is a picture that's going around Facebook, and on the picture it says, starting January 1st, starting January 1st, write good things that happen to you on little pieces of paper. Surprise gifts, accomplished goals, the beauty of nature, LOL moments, memories worth saving, daily blessings. Then on December 31st, open the jar and read all the amazing things that happened to you in 2013. So I wanted to let you guys know that I did that actually. And I wanted to share some of it with you today. So I didn't have a jar, but I did have this. And so I started to write things down at the beginning of this year, and I actually went through this before I started this video. And I have to tell you that doing this is so monumental because it's like, first of all, I don't remember what happened in January, February, March, April, May, or June of this year. But with these, I do. And I have some really good memories that I'd love to share with you guys. But I think it's really important that, especially, if you have children, loved ones that are a little older, I think it's really important that you take the time to, some people say, I can't journal, it takes too long. Okay, but you can surely write something down on a 3x5 card or even some little piece of paper and you can put it somewhere. It's like a time capsule. And as I went through these today, I cried a lot because I realized that a lot of people have come in and out of my life this year. And yeah, it happens every year, but this year was particularly hard for me because I experienced a death very close to me that I don't really want to talk about right now, but I experienced a death really close to me that really, was hard. And I also experienced a lot of great things. And so to go through this and to see just the depth, right? Like the depth of everything that I've been through has been amazing. And I think that if you are looking to practice being grateful more, doing this is going to help you. I know a lot of people who, have been posting these, best of 2013 on Instagram. Your best of is not somebody liking a photo on Instagram. Your best of is not somebody liking something on Facebook. Your best of has everything to do with what happens in your outside life, away from the internet, in your real world. And a lot of people, I found out this year, aren't living in the real world. And so this helps me to remember that I'm living in the real world. I used 3x5 cards. I used really anything, little notepads, anything that I could write on, I used. And I want to share some of these with you guys today because I think that oftentimes life can kind of catch you. And if you're not careful, you'll forget to be grateful for the things that are happening to you, through you, in and around you. So on 6/16/2013, I helped a stranger. I bought someone $73.36 worth of groceries. So as some of you guys know, at the beginning of this year, I was asked to appear on 2 different talk shows to help teen girls. So for the last 14 years, I have been helping teen prostitutes and at-risk teens. This year, I was called by the Maury Show and also by the Trisha Show to appear on their show and to help girls. I'm happy to say that a few of the girls are still doing really, really good. And I got another call to appear on the show. I declined. And I learned early this year that although I had dreams and desires to be on TV, I really didn't like my experience on the Trisha show. And I mean, the Maury show either. Um, Behind all the theatrics, there are families that are hurting. And so, what you don't see is the fact that these stories are actually real life. This is actually really happening in people's families. And so this year I was so grateful to be able to do aftercare for four of the girls from those shows. And I was so grateful to be able to sort of expand my brand so that people could see me. I mean, I've been doing this for years before there was reality TV, before people had cameras and followed other people around. I've been doing this. And oftentimes, especially in today's day of social networking, where people can just buy followers and then they just appear out of nowhere, and you think that all these years like that you've been working have been in vain. I'm here to tell you that they're not in vain. I was able to take everything that I've done in the last like 10, 11 years and use that to help so many girls this year, and young men too, but to help so many girls this year. So one of the great things that happened to me was being on two talk shows. So some of you guys know that I had a donor, and I love my donor. Um, but being a mom, a single mom of twins, is sometimes very difficult. And I'm also a perfectionist, and I also work from home. So to be able to divide my life and to compartmentalize everything that's going on, it does take a little bit of help. And so here's one that I gave for my mom. I love my mom so much. I'm very hard on her, but I'm very proud of her. Sometimes we don't take the time to really thank the people that, you know, help us in life. My mom, you know, a lot of you guys know that my mom abandoned me when I was 14 and a half. But what you guys probably don't know is that my mom is probably the best friend that I have in the whole wide world. Not probably, she is the best friend that I have in the whole wide world. And sometimes things have happened that have caused my mother and I to have to revisit what happened when I was 14 and a half. And I'm so grateful that my mother is co-parenting my twins with me, because it helps me to rekindle what I missed with my mom when I left home at 14 and a half. And it also helps me to understand and forgive every single day. Like, you know, a lot of us think back to things that happened to us in our childhood, and we may say, you know, how, oh, I can't deal with that person. Oh, I hate that person. With the exception of my uncle that molested me for years, I don't really have a strong dislike. I hate when my ear itches when I'm in the middle of doing a video. I don't really have a strong dislike for a whole bunch of people. But there have been instances where things have happened to me in my life and I've lashed out at my mom. And so I want to publicly apologize to my mom, because there have been moments that I have not been the self-esteem queen. There have been moments that I have, you know, really hurt my mom, not because I wanted to hurt my mom, but because I was having flashbacks of things that happened to me, and I took it out on her. And I'm so blessed and grateful that my mom read the four agreements and she doesn't take anything personally. And so, Mom, I love you, and I'm so grateful for you this year. On May 10th, 2013, my life coach Justin told me that I have to be happy, spread love. I can be angry, or I can use my time to live. Now, most of you guys don't really know what goes on in my private life. I mean, there's not like a whole bunch of drama and stuff like that, but I don't really talk about that. And I'm so grateful for my life coach, Justin. He completes me in ways that I can't really explain. At moments that I'm overwhelmed with my work, moments that I second guess my purpose, he's always there. He'll call me out of the blue, like, hey, mama, I think, you're on my mind. I wanted to call you. We all need people like that in our lives. And I wouldn't have remembered, like, even as I look at the card, I can just remember the conversation with him saying, mama, you can be angry or you can use your time to live. Like, there are things that happen in everybody's life. And I'm just grateful for my life coach, Justin. It's been almost 10 years. That's a long time. And he's a great guy. So, I love you, Justin. Thank you for everything. I basically I write down everything. A lot of the things that I have done this year have been things that I said I wanted to do last year and I now am able to do this year. I am blessed beyond measure because it's just so much. It's just so much. I encourage I encourage you to take the time to do this. I mean, I have so many things that are personal to me, things that I forgot, things that I now can look at that make me smile. I am going to do it again for 2014. And I actually had fell off a little bit. I had gotten so busy that I had stopped actually writing things down. In 2014, I'm going to make it a point to write down something every single day. And again, there's just so many of them. And it's for so many different things. I had decided to eliminate some people from my life, which, is something I do all the time. But, I am just so blessed and grateful. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I found pieces of paper to write on. If I didn't have a 3x5 card, I found pieces of paper to write on. And so I think it's something that you should definitely do. I think it's something that you should definitely it'll help you with your consistency. A lot of people aren't consistent. A part of success is consistency. And a lot of people are not successful because they're not consistent. This will help you to be consistent. So I welcome you guys all to take the time to go buy some 3x5 cards. If you don't have any 3x5 cards, you could use anything, a Post-it, you could use pieces of paper, but whatever you use, what I'd love for you to do is really take the challenge to write down all the things that happened to you that you're grateful for. Because at the end of the year, and maybe even in the middle of the year, if you ever feel yourself getting to a point where you're like down or you're having a bad day, it's always good to just randomly pick out a pile of those. I did that this year, to randomly pick out a pile of those and to just look at the things that have happened to you during the year so that you could be grateful. So I hope that this helps and encourages some of you. I look forward to hearing about your 2014. Some of you that I know are having new children. Some of you are watching your children grow, starting new businesses, starting new careers, meeting new people, finding new loves. And I just think it's so important to keep track of these things. It's so important to have your own little time capsules. Don't trust your mind to remember everything. And this is coming from somebody who has family members that are suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia. It's like this year helped me to really realize how important it is to keep notes and to take notes. And I think it's so important, especially when you have kids, to keep track of things. Like there's some in here that, talked about great days that I had with my kids. There were moments in the day that I was overwhelmed with happiness for even having twins. I wrote that down. And I know that when my kids get older and I show them things like this, it's going to encourage them. Encourage other people because that helps you to encourage yourself. Until next time, everybody, here's looking back at 2013 and looking forward at 2014.